Okay, hi everybody, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are going to be doing something very artistic for today's class. Oh, not today's class actually, but just live preview that I will be having today on TikTok. So if you know you are not tuned in, probably maybe the class would have ended by now. But I'll try and get it out before the class. So in case you are interested, you could join us for the class. It's by 8 p.m. this evening, 8 p.m. GMT +1. So you could join us this evening for it, and we'll have that done. So now it's like 2 p.m. I'll try and get this video edited and send it out for you guys. So let's work on this. Good. We have our image here that I got also from Pinterest. We will be seeing how we could tweak it, maybe add some additional designs or additional touches to it. So we'll take it into Photoshop. Okay, now we're in Photoshop. We are going to remove the background first. Sorry about that. Most times you get that prompt. So okay, now the background is out, but we have some part of the image that's been cut out. So let's see if we can make adjustments to those. Yep, so we'll go to here and we'll go to select and mask. And in our select and mask, we ensure we're using the first one so we can cover up for those parts that have been cut out. Let's see. So I think replacing this, it's okay. So we can find our hair. So it automatically checks for where hair is and make some adjustment there. So be applying that on a new layer, and that will be okay for now. So we have our cutout already. If you want to delete that, but nevertheless, let's still work on what we have. Adjustments will go to shadows and highlights, and I think it's enough. It's okay like that. And we'll also apply some camera raw filter to it. So we're going to be touching the clarity in this case, making some adjustment to the clarity. Maybe too much, and maybe a little bit of the has. Yeah. So textures, it's optional. There's no much to, because I'm going to add my own texture from the filter gallery instead. You can work curves if you understand curves very well. I prefer to work with shadows and highlights when you're working on curves. So this point and this point do help you with shadows and highlights. So this is like the highlights part of it, and we could maybe bring that up a little bit. So I think black and white will actually work very well with this. Just that we could select the part of the image that we want to stand out as still being colored, while the rest should be black and white. So I think the rose will do just that for us. We could select the rose there. We could also select the part of. So this is one thing you might experience. We will have to use the lasso tool in this case. So hold on, shift, and so most times when you're working with your designs, perfection is not always the end goal. It's fulfillment that I think. They don't start speaking like a motivational, start talking like a motivational speaker, but I think fulfillment is the main thing you should consider when working on your designs as a graphic designer, because if you're looking for perfection, it might be hard to replicate. So we have this part color there. I'm just doing something that more faster ways or more easier ways to actually select the particular or isolate a particular color and work on the rest. So we could also do it here, but in this case we'll just do like this, so we can be able to edit our rows if we want to. So The rest you cannot just leave them. Most times I just prefer to just press O2 and it actually do a great work for me here. So I already have this, so I could save this as a PSD so I can be able to use it there. So I'll say my note. So I come back to Illustrator and I retrace my story, link it. If you can't find this here, you go to view. You go to Windows and you go to scroll down to link and you add your link. So it's added on the screen. You could drag it and place it over there. So we have to relink. So you select where you save the menu flowers and from your Photoshop and you bring it right into here. So we have that. We are going to make it very subtle. It's going to be, I do not want it to be too elaborate in that case. So we're going to be picking this side of the color palette. So in the video I'm going to upload shortly after I upload this, there is how I came about this. There's also a video dedicated to creating color palettes that I've also created before or in the past. You could also check it out. Just search for color palette on my channel there and you will see it right over there. So we're going to be using this dark or probably maybe this shade for the main side. Then we also make the center of it to be maybe brighter. So I want to apply a polygon. I could draw the polygon, apply this color to it, or instead we could use a very let's say 8 sides, sorry, 8 sides, and then we'll have that if you want to adjust those things like that. But instead of a polygon, let's go with star. Sorry for the whole back and forth. The star, we right click there, we give it 8 sides, sorry, 8 sides, and apply that like so. So we bring it down to the center here, and then we could go to the direct selection tool here and adjust maybe like so, or maybe bring it down into it so it'll be more stars. So in this case we're going to twist it, distort, we go to twist, and we could give it 180 and save it like so. We might also apply something different again, so place that at the center, duplicate this, Ctrl C, Ctrl F to place in front, select two of them, Ctrl Alt B to apply that effect there. So we'll have our blend. We could come to the blend tool here, double click on that, come smooth specified steps, and you could increase gradually in this case. So I think it's giving me something that I want to work with. And in case you want to make it more chaotic, you could also add maybe a zigzag. Might not be too prominent, but it's there. It's still there. So I think maybe 70 should be enough. Double click out there and you have something like that. Bring our guy, place it in front, zoom out a little bit. I think it should not be too zoomed out. Okay, so I think this is okay. We could double click on our blend and also decrease the size. Maybe like this, and I do not want it to just be like so without having maybe so let's just try something else, something that we can use, maybe using an ellipse tool. I want to try a gradient effect on that. I will apply the freeform gradient. I will use the colors from here. I select this point, place it, I think there's one at the center already, place that there. So I will give you this, or probably this, the same thing with this, same thing with here, and same thing with here. So the center would be the brighter one, or the brightest. So we'll have something like this. I hope there is no stroke. Yeah, there's no stroke. We'll bring that to the center there. place it center. So go blur, Gaussian blur. I think 30 will not be that bad. Back to the gradients here, we could scale you to be more. Send it to behind you, and then we could also reduce the size of it. Okay, so let's see if it's placed at the center. So bring it there, zoom in a little bit, maybe scale it up a little bit so it covers this. Then we can take it back, and now we have this. So I think this is nice for us already. While we probably would want we want it here. Also, I think here is too boring per se, or I think we should leave it like so. We'll just have our text. We'll have some text or some other things running there, because we're going to be playing a lot with text. We're going to be having a lot of text. I have like some fonts. I will make those fonts available. I have like 4 fonts here that I want to use differently, but I will be picking just 3. So maybe the 3 of them. I've not tried them yet, but I have seen their previews on where I got them from. So we will go with the first one, which is Inspirational Doctor. I hope it's that. So it's Inspirational Doctor. Boom, that. So we say live. So I think live on TikTok is not live on TikTok. That font is not so Palisida, or I don't know. Nope. Quilly something, Quiddity. Still not Lemon Tuesday. So nah. So I think Inspirational Doctor is the one that stood out. But I still also have some fonts that I previously had, and I probably think I could try those ones instead of this. So Honey Vibes looks the part. Honey Vibes looks the part. So we say live on TikTok. I think maybe white. Nope. Go to the black. I don't want it to be too interruptive. No, main subject. So we have live on TikTok. Then we can have our other fonts, maybe smaller there. So we'll say write a poem. Let's go to Gemini. I will say write a poem about going live on TikTok. Sorry, TikTok. Talking. That's talking things about design. So write a short poem. I don't like it too long. About going live on TikTok and talking things about design. These are ones a short poem about going. So I think this is short thinking. Just close that. So we say writing companion poem. Ring lights on. Yeah, I think ring lights on. So bring it to the front here. Ring lights on. Maybe tilt that a little bit. Ring lights on the perfect sphere. We tilt that. So this is where it's going to consume our time, and I think I'll just fast track this or speed it up so you don't have to sit down here and listen to me. I'm writing this, and so you could just watch the speed of it or the fast version of it. So yeah, I won't pick all the text. I might replicate some of them, but you get the whole concept. Hey, what's up? Or instead, there is something I have. I will just include like 20 phrases in this case. Then I will create a pattern for it, and it basically will give me the maybe give me an end result and see how which one will be much better. So let's have this. We'll just keep on pasting the things we can. So yeah, I will select all of them. That's all the ones I could have access to touching, because I can touch this. Is behind the main character. I don't think I've selected the main character already. To select him. Okay, so it's going to span out. Let's see if we could make this a pattern. Make a pattern. Okay. Okay, so we'll have replications of some of these things here, and I think they're all spaced out very well. We could bring them close to each other. So I have this, I will say, gun, and while we have this, let's translate the ones we could get in contact with. I want to group them and just hide them and see if we could group them and hide them. And yeah, I think this is good. So let's draw our shape and apply our pattern. So our shape first, and then apply our pattern. So you see it's applied on just one part. That's where we go to back into object, go into pattern, go into edit pattern, and we could scale them down so it comes close and say okay. And then yeah, there's a space here. Why is there a space here? Select back our patterns, go back to object, go back to pattern, go back to edit pattern, and see where that space is. So this is where the space is, and it's also occupying there. So we could bring one here. Just ensure it's falling inside the box. I think maybe one there. No, we have that question there. And something small. Okay, and maybe it shouldn't go out. Still have this, so we save that. So let's just try, right, call it right up pattern. It's done, and then let's see how it looks. So good. We have this. Send that to the back of him, to the back of him, and let's just try and make this bigger. Then I'll bring it to the front, and then we have our text like so. Sorry, that is Trying to get my life on TikTok. Or should we place it here? Now, the problem we have is actually mixing up with text and trying to create space here will actually create another space somewhere and maybe other two places. So we need to like find a way to have this live on TikTok. So I'm suggesting we change the font to a font that I've been using for a very long time now. And then all we just need to do is introduce a darker shade of you. So that, and then we could bring our life on TikTok and go to my favorite font at the moment, Orion, something like that. Yeah, we get I don't know how to pronounce it that good. So we go with the extra bold, bring it to the front, change the text to white, and then zoom in. That's a lot of zooming. I think 60 is good. Increase the size of the background shape. Could also adjust this like so. Like on TikTok. And then we have our time for 8 p.m. GMT plus 1, 8. Or we could say 20 hours, but I think 8 is more universal. You understood. 8 p.m. Sorry. Good. We could say 8 p.m. GMT plus 1. I want my GMT to be under. Select that, duplicate. We'll say GMT plus. Sorry, is that plus? Yeah, plus 1. Size the smallest possible way. Oh, that is not plus. Plus 1. I think we also need date. So my suggestion, bring this guy down. Or instead, use you. Please save this in case my software decides to crash. Okay, so it's saving. Today's date is the 13th. 06 2025. I just hope people do understand this. Oh, we could say 260625. Okay, so this is nice. And one of the touches most times you see on people's designs are, so you see TikTok icons most times just flying everywhere. Is one thing you see the most in the designs, in people's designs most times these days. Mm, icons. So I do not want it to be too much. I just want a very considerate amount of flying icons. So we have this. I'm going to select the five of them. So this is how to apply those effects, those motion effects in Illustrator. You could do it very easily in Photoshop. It's like very easy when you're working in Photoshop, in those working with those things in Photoshop. But in Illustrator it can get a little bit tricky. So you group them if you want. There are two methods: you group them or ungroup them. So I group them most times, and I come to blur. I come to radar blur, and I could decide to make them spin. Now, if you make them spin, they'll go in a circular form. So they'll pick the center. So I think the center should be around here, or this icon here. So pick the center, and the rest will spin around. This will just spin on its own, while the rest will spin with this as the anchor point. If you try the spin, you could see how it looks. So you see the effect is not applied much in here. So most times, the ones I do apply the most is the zoom effect. We could maybe make that 15, and you could say okay. Yep, so you see it's from the center, and I could maybe bring them to under there. Even possible, I could also change the opacity to something like I think overlay is too strong. Multiply or something like that. Yeah. You could decrease the opacity for them, and maybe some out of we need to, so some of them will go out of the frame, and like that, and something like that. So it's for people who want to actually apply this effect, but I think I could do without it. So preferably I would just have the TikTok logo placed maybe at a strategic position. um yeah, I at some point it looks very biased, having all the information placed at one point and the other point is just there. So I can place it there. It has so just to create like a semi balance for those. And I think I think this is lovely. We could also work on this. Let's see. Nope. Screen was add to the point. I think multiply did well. Multiply is just almost the same thing as the normal effect there. So we're going to bring our tag. We like adding our tag to the right hand side, but in this case we're going to add it to the left hand side, so the balance might occur. In this case we're going to make that black. We pick that background and pick it there, so it doesn't have to fight with the others. Make it 67. 67, please. top. Like so. And yeah, so this is we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Please, if you know you enjoyed it, you could give it a follow and also share with your friends. I would truly appreciate if you do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.